It's a real honor and privilege to have a chance to be here with you today. Since I purchased the Clips, we've celebrated many landmarks. Big wins, big playoff wins, big playoff wins. Big free agent signings.
Yes, sir!
Big trades. Big draft picks. And they've all led us here to this vacant lot that we're about to transform to the singular best place for fans and players throughout the world. Gillian's right. Gillian's right. In 2014, I did not imagine we'd be standing here in 2021. I assumed we'd be playing where we play today for a very long time. Then I had a chance to talk with fans, to hear their stories. I literally went around, not during the games, and sat in many of the seats in the building. I attended a whole lot of 12:30 p.m. games. Worried about that. I attended a whole lot of 12:30 p.m. games with sleep-deprived players, rubbing bleary eyes and timeouts. Don't like those 12:30 p.m. games on Saturdays, and believe me, our own building, we don't have to play it. With a push from my partner, Dennis Wong, Dennis knows the real estate business, joined me in the Clippers in 2016. I've been saying, no, we're not going to build an arena. We knew we needed a new home, and Dennis said, come on, we can do this. Let's go build our own building. I've known Dennis since we were in college, and I got to tell you, he's always full of, come on, Ballmer, we can do this, let's do it. And we wanted to build a home that is of our own, that sets a standard for us. We don't play anybody's shadow. We want to redefine how sports is watched, how we listen to music, how we cheer for our favorite performers. A home, frankly, that is uniquely intense, where we're not just close to the action, but we're going to ask our fans to participate. Your energy, we learned this in the bubble, your energy is valuable to our guys. TG talked about that with me some after we got done with the bubble. You can drive the support of the team and frankly also the bands that we love. We want this to be a home where you never want to leave. Not after the last buzzer, not after the last encore. We might have to kick you out then at some point, but we want you comfortable, engaged, and alive. Welcome home. Welcome to Inglewood. Welcome to the Intuit Dome. The citizens and community leaders here in Inglewood who made this day and this project possible. You don't know the number of meetings. You don't know the number of proposals that needed to be read. You don't know the number of reviews that needed to be studied. It was a long, hard haul. And without your support, we would not be here. We are honored to be your neighbor and your partner. Mayor Butts. Boy, have we been through it. Members of the Inglewood City Council are here today. George Dodson, Jan Paul, Eloy Morales, and Alex Padilla. Thank you. We've got folks here from state government, Senator Holden, Senator Comlager, Senator Bradford, Stephen Bradford. Oh, by the way, somehow we got into calling each other Stevie B. Thanks all of you for support, appreciate it. Third, I want to thank our players. not been to a Clipper game, that guy's for real. I want to thank our coaches, our staff, our fans, everybody who identifies with a group of people who are relentlessly driven to improve and excel. That's who the Clippers are. That's who we strive to be every day. Our guys are working to get better. When you're creating an arena, you face a lot of obstacles and you don't know how you're going to get through them. We drew inspiration from the resilience and persistence of our team. You all, fans and players together, you deserve the ultimate home court. Doesn't feel like home court sometimes in our building today, but you're going to have it. You're going to have it here in Inglewood. Absolutely. As I'm saying right now, though, I feel a little bit like a kid on Christmas. You see that big present, it's sitting there. You know it's not time to open it yet. So what do you start doing? You rip the paper, you look inside. The only problem we have right now is it's 3 years before we get a chance to open the damn thing. But let's all share today just that little peek inside the box. I'm patient, frankly, but I'm not patient enough. 6 years, another 3, but we'll give you a little sneak peek of what's inside. When you walk into the Intuit Dome, you're going to see some pictures here. Go back. Don't rush me here. When you walk into the Intuit Dome for the first time in October 2024, through the huge glass doors, into the lobby, onto the triple wide escalators, you're going to be greeted by the most raucous and rollicking bull in the NBA, for sure. You're going to look up. You know how you're conditioned when you look up to crane your neck, to peer around a big old blocky, center-hung, suspended scoreboard, unseemly wires, obstructing views, not an Intuit Dome. A two-sided, oval-shaped halo scoreboard, first in basketball, will encircle the top of the bowl, gleaming with 44,000 square feet of 4K LED lights. Now, how much is 44,000 feet? It's an acre of scoreboard. The typical NBA scoreboard is maybe 7, 8, 9,000. Because we want to show more of the game, more of the stats, more of everything that you want to see. Now, Ty, I got to tell you, all that analytics stuff that people talk about all the time, we're going to be popping a lot of that up on the scoreboard so the fans understand and enjoy the game in some of the same ways that the pros can. So that's going to be a lot of fun for us. You should be looking down, no binoculars. Some places it feels like you need binoculars. You're not going to need them here. In a hockey arena, a lot of people play in hockey arenas, the stands slope gently upward because a rink is wider than a court. Hawaii can feel miles away we're in that situation. Because Intuit Dome is exclusively for basketball and concerts, the slope can be much more steep, the sight lines clear, the bowl more intense, the more bowl intimate. Maybe the most accurate way to represent actual distance is talk about the distance from a seat to the floor, just straight at it, diagonal measure. Today, if you have a seat in the 20th row, well, tomorrow when you have a seat in the 20th row, you will be 45 feet closer, almost half the court closer to the action than you are today on the baseline 20th row seated stadiums. It's really quite remarkable. So instead of being way back here, you can be way up here. And we really push to get you as close to the action as possible. Now, I gotta say, one of the things that was an eye-opener, we went for the jersey retirement. All of us went for the jersey July at San Diego State. I love the gym at San Diego State. Probably the most fun gym I've ever been in. Now, there's no leg room, none. There's no suites, none. But the atmosphere was raucous beyond belief. And just vertical as heck. I love that place. I know they're remodeling it, but I love the place. We're not going to do exactly that, but it was inspirational to try to really get the energy, the passion, the enthusiasm right there. We agonized over trade-offs, and we think you're going to love where we wound up. We hope so. No matter where you sit, you're going to feel like you're hovering over the floor of the stage. You're going to feel like our team is so close that when they reach for a steal, they might even slap you in the face. Now, can you hear that? Listen for a second. Just listen. Ah! That interminable roar you hear is something we call the wall. The wall. 51 consecutive rows, right from the baseline up to the top of the building. 51 consecutive rows. No suites, no section breaks. Just moving above the visitor's bench, bringing the energy, bringing the noise. Hopefully you can't even hear if you're the visitors. Here, in the middle of the wall, we have a standing room only section, kind of like they do at soccer, for the most passionate Clipper fans. That's a technique. We hope the wall is an architectural marvel, almost as recognizable or more as the Green Monster in Fenway Park. A fan haven where those supporters in the middle are as rowdy as the student section at Cameron Arena at Duke. We brought in acoustical experts, armed with sound reflection diagrams to help us really bring the noise. One thing we learned, luxury boxes, restaurants, lounges, places that you can socialize and relax, they muffle the noise. It's a big debate now in the design of arenas. Millennials, they want to socialize, la la la. Not really as much in the Intuit Dome. We want you in your seat, making noise. So instead of 3 levels of adequate luxury boxes in the bowl, we have 1 level of extraordinary suites with a new product we call bungalow suites that are down below the court, and a one-of-a-kind cabana suite. So literally in the 3rd row, right behind where I sit, it's going to look exactly like you're in an arena, but there's a little cabana tucked underneath, just right under there, so that we can even have people that close. And it doesn't break up the bowl. It's not going to muffle the sound. We went through that 20 times. We will have fine restaurants, clubs, but they're scattered throughout the venue, and they're not in the bowl. The bowl is for one reason and one reason alone, and that's for the game, for the show, for the eye. That's the purpose. That's why we're here. We're here to cheer. We're here to win. That's why we're here. At the Intuit Dome, you're not going to be a spectator. You need to be a participant. Your job is to help our guys. We've gone to unprecedented lengths to get you in the bowl, but then the next challenge is to keep you there. Start with your seat. We have more space and leg room to stretch out no matter what row you're sitting in or what price you pay. Upper bowl, lower pro, we're giving you more leg room than anybody has in the NBA, more than any other arena. You get that extra 2 inches, people can actually get by without having to do all of this crap up in the seats. Besides your couch, this is going to be the most comfortable place you'll ever watch a basketball game. Now, we still want you standing up, but we know you'll sit down every now and then. We hope you're not going to leave, as I said, until we kick you out. There is one problem, though, when you're screaming and stomping. What's the other thing that can take you away from the game? You get hungry. You get hungry. Okay, so we've created concession stands that are more like your personal kitchen. Walk in, grab whatever looks good, walk out. You can leave your wallet at home. You don't need your wallet to buy food. You're not going to need a cashier, anybody to check you out. Technology willing, every transaction will be completely frictionless. We'll use technology for that purpose, so that when we're up to and we're battling against the Warriors and you're thirsty, we want you to be able to get back in your seat by the end of that timeout. There is another problem. Let's say you had 3 drinks at the game. Not you, Tom, but looking at you. Let's say you had 3 drinks when you're at the game. What's the next thing that happens? Bathrooms! You're going to have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, that's a problem, because the thing I hate most in life is arenas that we've got to wait in the bathroom. We've all missed a key play or a song because we're waiting in line. I don't want to wait in lines for the damn bathroom. I'm not ashamed to admit, actually, I've become a real obsessive about toilets. Toilets, toilets, toilets. What do they look like? How do they get deployed? The architects keep getting on me. You're supposed to call them fixtures instead of toilets. But it's the same thing. Now, if you go in the upper ball in Utah, I know what you guys think. I think Utah's pretty noisy. We had a chance to play there. So I kind of like Utah. But if you go in their upper bowl, they have a ratio where you get 79 people per bathroom fixture. Pretty good, pretty efficient. In our place, we're only going to have 27 people per fixture. Much more efficient. Big deal. So it is a big deal when the game's tied in the 4th quarter. There's no question about that. Nature calls, we need you back in. Trust me on that. Our engineers we had this little model that shows dots. People running, or not running, walking from their chair to the bathroom, grab some food, get back in their seats. And we timed and modeled how many minutes it's going to take for that to happen. With a sellout crowd, not an empty building. And what we found in there is we can get you in and out, and you're not even going to have to hustle around like our guys do, like Terrence does, like Harry would, like Paul would, and Kawhi. You don't have to hustle. You walk, you take care of your business, you come back, and you do it in a timeout. We think we've got that. You never know until it's real. I can tell you. The architect said we're putting in a whole lot more toilets than anybody else in the NBA. What is, I think the magic number is 1,500. We'll have 1,500 fixtures. Toilets for that could be something. The comforts, the innovations, and the technical advancements in the building all exist for the same purpose, like I said, in enhancing our connection to basketball and deepening our appreciation of it. Inglewood has been quite a place for grassroots basketball over the years, and we want to honor that where we can every place in the stadium. If you want to really appreciate basketball, in my opinion, it starts with high school basketball. So we will have a jersey up from every high school team in the state of California, hanging on the walls in the circle. I love high school basketball. In fact, I still go to high school basketball games at home. Pretty good guy coming out of Seattle next year could be the #1 pick. Anyway, fun to watch. We'll use reclaimed wood from local courts to really make the place feel like a basketball building. Even the elliptical roof, see that roof? That's designed to look like a basketball going through a net. Maybe like a PG 3-point late in the game. You know, these are small things. When you're flying into LAX, you'll be able to see it. Do people know it's a hoop? I don't know. But I'm proud to know that we made it look like a hoop, all the details. Besides the main court and the bowl, and 2 others in our practice facility, which is built into the arena, so everything's together. We're going to have another court actually in the arena. not outside someplace, but another court in the building. I saw sort of a glimpse of this when we were at University of Oregon, another one when we were in Banker's Life Fieldhouse in Indiana. And I said, that's a cool idea, but how do we make it come alive? How do we let fans have games before our games and really have a lot of fun? How do we do that? We can do it. How do we allow the community to come on in and play games? We actually have a door separate from everything else so we can have folks in the building even when we're not playing. And we're going to try to run some 3-on-3 tournaments and the like. We think that's really important. Outside, we have our 80,000 square foot plaza. It has yet another 94-foot full court. And if folks are inspired to choose sides, join pickup games, you can do it. Or you can just sit in the plaza and watch what's going on in the court on a massive screen that stretches key to key. We kind of have a vision that, as we we'll have some championships before then. But when we're in Intuit Dome and we're celebrating our championship, we're going to do it right here in the arena. The plaza is a gorgeous community square, bordered by what we call the Roman steps. There's a fountain in Italy with nice steps in front of it, so we like to call it the Roman steps. We've got a restaurant, a tea store, a couple of lounges. And, we see it as a nightly outdoor festival, if you will, that we want to conduct in that plaza. The centerpiece, though, of that is the court. And I'm a fan of basketball. There you go, Paul's daughter. I'm a fan of basketball at every level. But there's a lot more to this project than basketball. We're not here just to play games. We're here to help lift generations. And as we were deploying designers and architects, we asked the mayor, what else is important here in Inglewood? I gotta tell you, he wanted the arena. But he said the arena might not even be at the top of the list, honestly. Affordable housing was. That was the immediate priority, and that became our priority. Of the $100 million we're going to invest in Inglewood, $80 million of that will go to affordable housing. Of which $75 million goes into a nonprofit loan fund that can help buy and preserve and develop affordable housing in the area. Donating is one thing, but we want to make sure we're making a contribution in a way that will improve the lives of residents. To do that, we're also funding Inglewood-based workforce outreach programs, job training programs, educational programs, rehabilitation of the library and community center. Mayor said, come on in, you got to see our library. Okay? I got the setup for the rehab. There'll be 7,000 union construction jobs to build the building. We've committed that 30% of those will be here from the area, and there'll be another 1,500 permanent jobs working in the building, around the building, and at least 35% of those will be from this area, will be local. Moving down front, I know I'm way over my time, but there's nobody giving me the flash. My family is pretty passionate about the environment and environmental sustainability, and kind of pushed me for extensive environmental studies. What can we do with Intuit Dome to be good for the environment? We brought in leading experts, environmental science, who showed us how with an extra 35, 40, 50 million beyond what we needed to spend, we could make this the most sustainable arena in the world. Of course, it's LEED Platinum certified, naturally ventilated, fully electric, with no new net greenhouse gas emissions. Now, I want to tell all of you the good news. But that is the good news, but it's mostly good news. In order to be environmentally great, you've got to get rid of gas cooking. I'll bet most of you have gas in your ranges and ovens at home. No gas. Have to go electric. But, and here's the excellent news, we're going to be able to make a hot dog just as good as Pink's at our place with our electric cooker. Solar roof, 9 megawatts of battery power. We can actually run, I think, just about 2.5 hours in a blackout. About enough time to put on a basketball game or a concert, even in the event of a blackout. Now, if there's real blackout, I'm not sure the safety precautions will want that, but we're right there, baby, ready to roll. There's going to be a lot more to say about the environmental work here in a few weeks. Now, I don't usually get this excited in the month of September. The season doesn't start for another 34 days. I'm here for the tip-off of this building that we worked on and waited for a long time to see. Almost 6 years of drawings and diagrams and studies and specs. Years of little plastic models with seats that weren't quite wide enough. Wide, I mean, might not surprise you, I kind of wanted wide seats. Take a look up here. I was a wide seat guy. Sightlines that weren't quite tight enough. We had the short person sit in the seats, make sure they could see over the person in front of them. The design, the redesigns of the redesign. We just wanted to make sure that every corner, every premise, every room closet meets the standard of our team, our fans, and the favorite acts. What they deserve is what we wanted to give them. A project of this magnitude requires dedicated partners and unapologetic perfectionists. I want to thank a number of the folks who are here today. Wilson Meany, our developers on this project. AECOM, our design firm. I learned today that there were 350,000 hours that have gone into the design of the building so far. I felt a little bad that we worked them so hard, but not that bad. AECOM, Hunt, and the joint venture with Turner Construction. You see their trucks all around the building. Legends, our construction manager, and there's many, many more. And of course, my partner Dennis. I remember that day Gillian referenced, we were sitting out in the parking lot on these, makeshift grandstand testing seats, and we said, yeah, we can go an inch wider even. But how does that affect the view of the court, the tightness of the bowl? We wrestled each and every one of those decisions. The process was painstaking because we got to get it right. Now, we won't know for sure until the building's over, but man, it won't be because we didn't work this problem. We think the result will be a breathtaking basketball destination without equal and a first-class concert venue. I like to think about it as basketball palazzo, an homage to the game of basketball. It's not the Hall of Fame. With as many championships as we're going to win here, it'll be better than that. I could keep you here pretty much all day, which I think I probably already have, with all these pretty renderings. But an arena is going to have to be experienced. It has to be felt. There's no model that's going to really capture the vibe of the Intuit Dome. And that's where we'll really distinguish ourselves. Because our greatest investment would be in the atmosphere in this building. We're setting a communal table for our fans to come together and find their most energized selves. When 18,000 people share the same transformative experience, the building comes alive. And we're spring-loading this ground with that life. Fast forward again, it's October 2024. You walk out now with the huge glass doors to this building. You're a little hoarse. Maybe you're a little, or maybe you're a lot sweating. You're with your friend, or your spouse, or your parent, or your child. What will you say? I've never been somewhere like that before. I can't wait to go. When we started discussions with potential naming rights partners, we were looking for one that really shares our pursuit of innovation, as well as our commitment to rigorous customer, fan, and community, just that focus that you need. And there's no better match than Intuit. I've admired Intuit for many years for their relentless customer focus. Heck, I'll tell you, it's not really a secret, but it's old news. We even tried to buy into it when I was at Microsoft. Government got in the way, but we tried really hard. And I'm thrilled to introduce Hassan Goodarzi, CEO of Intuit.
Clipper Nation! Let me hear from you! Clipper Nation! It is a real honor for us to be part of this partnership. And I'll tell you, for us, this is not just about having our name on a dome. We truly fell in love with Steve and the Clipper organization because three things mattered, and I think this just came out in his talk. One, the Clipper organization, starting with Steve, is so fan obsessed. And you heard that over and over again in what Steve just went through. The second is they are so technology forward. I mean, where can you walk into a dome, get what you want, buy what you want, walk back to your seat, and never have to pull out your wallet? And where can you go use a fixture, that's what I'm gonna start saying, fixture, not a toilet, and be back in your seat in less than 20 seconds? And then last but not least is the commitment to the community, which for us is critically important. So those are the three reasons why we fell in love with Steve, with the Clipper organization, and for us it's a real pleasure to have our name on the dome and celebrate it when you win an NBA championship in the Clipper Stadium. Thank you.
Clipper Nation, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. It's time. Get those shovels, cameras, and cell phones ready.
Bringing the mic.
Oh, he's bringing it. This guy needs a mic. Here, use my mic.
So listen, guys. All I ever hear is about, well, it's LA this and LA that. Okay, understand this. Inglewood is the capital of Clipper Nation. Inglewood is the sports entertainment capital of the United States. And so that's that. Thank you, Steve.
Let's get digging, Mayor. You guys ready?
We break ground on the Intuit Dome in 10, 9, 8,